Teofimo Lopez reportedly rejected $1.5 million to fight Ryan Garcia. Is it worth it? Is it not? Let's get into it. I think it's a very interesting topic. Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia, they were talking about that fight for potentially, the Super Bowl weekend. I heard rumors about that, and it would have been a big fight. It would have been a mega fight. It would have been a great pay-per-view fight. I don't know what network they would have had it on. I believe Teofimo talked about it being on ESPN, but $1.5 million for Teofimo Lopez for a title holder at 140, I'm not sure 1.5 is a fair amount for him. I understand Ryan Garcia did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys with Gervonta Tank Davis, but Teofimo Lopez is also bringing a lot to that fight. I feel like that's not a good offer. And if you guys don't watch the Porter Way podcast, I encourage you guys to go check that out. They had an episode with Teofimo, and he talked about all this stuff. He talked about how important it is to negotiate. He wasn't necessarily saying I'm not fighting Ryan Garcia. I'm just saying maybe let's set up another offer. Send me another offer, something I can really work with, because $1.5 million, that's basically what I'm making at Top Rank right now. That's why he's not that happy with Top Rank, because he's a superstar. He's bringing a lot to the sport of boxing. He's bringing entertainment. He's bringing different styles, and he's bringing that flair to the sport of boxing. But still, they're not giving him what he deserves in terms of compensation. That's what Teofimo's trying to say. He's saying that he'll come out of retirement. You guys all heard after he fought Josh Taylor that he's retiring from the sport of boxing. But he even said it himself. There's a number. There's a number for everybody. And if a network reaches out to him and offers him a $10 million deal, he might take that, because it's more than what ESPN's giving him. And he also took shots at Shakur Stevenson, saying, look, you guys are building Shakur up to be this big star here at Top Rank at ESPN, but at the same time, you guys are going to end up paying a lot of money for little reward in terms of ticket sales and pay-per-view numbers, because at the end of the day, Teofimo's saying that Shakur Stevenson puts people to sleep. He's not that interesting, and a lot of people would agree. If you're especially if you're casual fans, which a large quantity and portion of the boxing community is, then you don't like watching Shakur Stevenson fight. He's boring. There are no knockouts. But if you are a fan of that stuff, if you're a fan of, the sweet science, and you're interested in, the hit and not get hit, Shakur Stevenson may be your guy. He may be your cup of tea. It really depends on what you enjoy watching from a fan, a boxing fan's perspective. But against a guy like Teofimo Lopez, and between him and Ryan Garcia, I think that would have been a really interesting fight. I'm curious to see if they can make that fight happen in 2024. Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez, I think that's a fire fight. Styles make fights, and those two in the ring, someone's going to sleep. I promise you, someone's going to sleep. I would have to give the edge to Teofimo just based off of the fact that the fight would presumably take place at 140, and Teofimo's well established at 140 as opposed to Ryan Garcia, who's really making his return in December against Oscar Duarte, who is no easy task. A lot of people are downplaying that fight, but I really, I've talked to a lot of people and people that have sparred him, and they're talking about how hard he hit. So I'm curious to see. This guy's no slouch. You guys are going to want to tune into that fight for Ryan Garcia on DAZN. That's going to be a big one. A lot of people are saying that Oscar De La Hoya did Ryan Garcia a disservice by putting him in there with Oscar Duarte. So Ryan has a big problem ahead of him. He has to focus on that, and I'm sure he is. Hopefully he is. Locking in with Derek James, putting the final touches on their camp, because that fight's coming up soon. And then Devin Haney's fighting Regis Prograis. So there's a lot going on in the sport right now when it comes to the 140-pound division. And Teofimo Lopez really has a lot of options. It all comes down to what he said. It's about the networks. Who can provide Teofimo Lopez with enough money to get him off the couch, to get him back into the boxing ring? And that kind of money is going to have to be in the 5 to 10 million range at least, for a fight. And I think that he deserves it. I think, how do you go from beating a guy like Vasily Lomachenko, being the underdog, taking such a big risk, and all of a sudden, he's getting paid $1 million a fight, and he's a champion now? Like, I feel like people have to come at him with, better deals, better offers, coming from a network's perspective, coming from a promoter's perspective. I think he has takeover promotion, so I'm curious to see if he's gonna end up promoting himself. He's gonna be, cutting off a promoter and basically taking away that middleman that's gonna, take a percentage of his purse. So he's gonna do it himself, so he can, reap all the benefit, financially, that comes along with fighting. So I'm excited for Teofimo Lopez. I think he's going to get back in the ring. It's just like what he said. It comes down to the offer. But, you know, to hear that he rejected Ryan Garcia's offer for $1.5 million was very interesting. I think I'm not even mad at Teofimo for rejecting that $1.5 million in this day and age of the sport. I think that's nothing. I think that's nothing for Teofimo Lopez. It's a lot for me. You know, I love that, but for a guy like Teofimo Lopez, I don't think that's enough money for him to get back into the ring, to go through a training camp, be away from his family, and that's a big fight, you know, to make happen. And I think Teofimo deserves a big portion of the money and revenue that comes in from that fight. So I'm not mad at Teofimo Lopez for, you know, rejecting the fight. I actually respect the fact that Teofimo is admitting that he declined it, because he's not closing off the opportunity of fighting Ryan Garcia. He's saying, send me another offer, you know, let's make it happen, but I deserve more than that. And I agree that Teofimo deserves more than $1.5 million to fight a guy like Ryan. Ryan deserves a lot of the money too, but I'm just saying 1.5, come on, you know, don't do my guy Teofimo like that. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about Teofimo Lopez reportedly rejecting the $1.5 million offer to fight Ryan Garcia. Will he, you know, eventually make the fight happen through negotiations, or will this fight, you know, not go down? But I'd love to see it. I think I have Teofimo edging that one out, but at the end of the day, I think it's a really close fight. Could go either way. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like, hit that post notification bell, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
That's going to do it for another NASFight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.